A very good morning. So today we discuss about a new concept, that is a chromosome. And in chromosome today, the chromosome morphology, about their size, number, shape, everything. So first, what is chromosome? I think you already studied this in your previous classes. So chromosome were first seen by Hofmeister in 1848 in the pollen mother cells of Trachycasia in the form of darkly stained bodies. The term chromosome was derived from a Greek word here. Chroma means color, soma means body. Was used by Waldeyer in 1888 to design it. Their great affinity to a basic dye is here. So, therefore, functional significance was described by IVS Sutton 1900 when he traced parallelism between segregation of chromosomes during meiosis and transmission of hereditary factors during gametogenesis. So, generally, reviews on the morphology of chromosomes have been published by Hertz in 1935, Quad in 1939, and a Giltier in 1940, and a Kaufman in 1940. So, these are scientists who studied about the chromosomes and their hereditary factors, right, and the characters and all. So here chromosomes are the most significant components of the cell. Particularly they are apparent during mitosis and meiosis. So their presence was demonstrated long before they were named chromosomes by Waldeyer in 1888. So, a chromosome can be considered as a nuclear component having special organization, individuality, and function. It is capable of self reproduction while maintaining its morphological and physiological properties through successive cell divisions. So here chromosome is a nuclear component having a special organization and capable of self reproduction. So here now we are going to study the morphology of chromosome and can be best studied at the metaphase of, or a anaphase of mitosis in the cell division when they are present as a definite organelle being most condensed or a coiled form here. So the first size of the chromosome. So chromosome range on an average from 0.5 to about 30 micron in length and from 0.2 to 3 micron in diameter. The relative number of chromosomes generally differ in the nucleus, but at a time all chromosomes of a cell may be of a same size here. So the common size of a chromosome is 0.5 to 30 micron length and a zero point 0.2 to 3 micron in diameter, but they differ in the nucleus, but at a time all chromosome of a cell may be of a same size here. And plant cells are larger chromosome than the animal cell. For example, trillium has chromosomes which may reach up to the 32 micron. So the height of or the size of the chromosome is a 32 micron. It is a larger chromosome here and it is seen in the metaphase stage. And here monocotyledon plants usually have a larger chromosomes compared to the dicotyledon, and here which contain greater number of chromosomes in the monocotyledon. And among animals, grasshoppers, crickets, mantids, newts and salamanders have larger chromosomes. So this is about the size of the chromosome. So variation in the size of a chromosome can be induced by a number of environmental agents. And due to environmental agents, they can change their size. So cell dividing at low temperature have shorter, more compact chromosomes than those dividing at a high temperature. And a colchicine, an alkaloid, it is a which interferes with the spindle formation and a cell division. And nothing but this colchicine tend to shorten the chromosomes and size here. So rapid and repeated division tends to result in smaller chromosomes, and it appears that rate of a cell division proceeds more rapidly than the formation of chromatin material as usual here. And the last, in plants, the amount of phosphate in the nutritional medium has marked effect on the size of the chromosomes. High concentration gives larger chromosomes than those of a plant deficient of a phosphates here. Since the phosphate is an integral part of a nucleic acid molecule, it would seem that the amount of nucleic acid in a chromosome can be varied to give alternation in the size of a chromosome. So next here, chromosome number. It is another important concept in the chromosome morphology. All members of a species have the same chromosome number. For example, all humans, that is a Homo sapiens, have 46 chromosomes in their body cells. You already know this. And a 44 are autosomes and a 2 are allosomes. So here another dog have a 78, and the onion Lm cepa have a 16 chromosome, and Drosophila melanogaster, that is a fruit fly, have a 8 chromosomes. So on the different species, different organism have a different chromosome numbers. The size of a chromosome and the chromosome number are not related. Size is totally different and number is totally different here. The diploid number, first here we are going to discuss about diploid number, 2n number here. The number of chromosomes found in the body cell, that is a somatic cell, of a sexually reproducing plant or animal is called the diploid number and is represented as a 2n, where n stands for a one set of chromosomes of the two sets. One is received from the male parent through the sperm and is the parental set, and the other set comes from the female parent and it is the maternal set. So we call parental set and a maternal set. So both combine to form a nothing but the two sets are brought together in the zygote during fertilization, and the zygote from which the adult is derived is therefore diploid, and this process you already know. So which contain two sets of chromosomes here. So the 46 chromosome of man can be better mentioned as a 23 pairs here, or a two sets of 23 each. One partner of each pair is paternal and the other is a maternal. Since they resemble each other in morphology, they are named homologous pairs and can be arranged in order based on their size and the other features for comparing and studying them. So next, the haploid number. Here, the gametes or a sex cell we call, that is a sperm and a ova. Those are a haploid with only one set of chromosomes, and this is the haploid number or a gametic number. So therefore, chromosomes occur in pairs in somatic cells and remain without a partner in gametes. So this is about the chromosome number which is having a diploid set and a haploid number. So in that only you are having two types, autosomes and allosomes. So autosomes nothing but these form the majority of chromosomes of a cell. For example, in human being out of 46 you are having 44, that is a 22 pairs are autosomes. Out of the 8 in Drosophila, 6, that is a 3 pairs are autosomes. So they determine the morphology and physiological characteristics which are similar in both the sexes, whether it may be male or a female. And the two members of each pair are homologous or a morphologically similar from the homomorphic chromosome pair. So next, allosomes. These are a sex chromosomes or a heterosomes or a gonosomes, and their presence or absence determines the sex of an individual. That is a maleness or a femaleness in a unisexual organisms. If the members of a pair of a sex chromosomes are homomorphic, both are identified as X, and the chromosome's constitution is written as a XX. If the member are non-homologous or heteromorphic, one is still identified as X and the other is identified as a Y. The presence of Y generally deals to maleness, and hence it is called a androsomes here. So in human 44A, that is nothing but a 44 autosomes plus XX is a constitution of a female. So XX nothing but a female, and 44 autosomes plus X and Y is the constitution of a male. So XY nothing but a male. So in Drosophila 6 autosomes plus XX is a female, and 6 autosomes plus XY is the male. So these are the different type of chromosome number, that is autosomes and allosomes. So next, shape of the chromosome. So here the shape of a chromosome is changeable from a phase to phase in a continuous process of the cell growth and cell division. In the resting phase or the interphase stage of the cell, the chromosomes occur in the form of a thin coiled elastic and contractile thread like stainable structures. In the chromatin threads in the metaphase and the anaphases, the chromosomes become thick and filamentous here, and each chromosome contains a clear zone known as a centromere or a kinetochore, recall along with their length here. So the centromere divides the chromosomes into two parts here. Each part is called chromosome arm. So based on the position of a centromere varies from a chromosome to chromosome, and it provides different shapes. So here some types are there in the shape of the chromosome. First one is telocentric. Here the rod-like chromosomes which have the centromere on the proximal end are known as the telocentric chromosome. So telocentric nothing but the rod-like chromosomes are present and the centromere is present in the proximal at the one end. And acrocentric. The acrocentric chromosome are J-like in shape, but these have the centromere at the one end. One end only the centromere is present, and it consists of a very short arm at one side and one side is very long arm. So in a lotus have the acrocentric chromosome. So next, submetacentric. The submetacentric chromosome are a L shape. In this, the centromere occurs near the center or at the medium portion of the chromosome and forming a two equal arms. So next last fourth one is a metacentric chromosome is a V-shaped, and in this chromosome the centromere occurs in the center, forming a two equal arms. For example, amphibians have a metacentric chromosome. So you can see here in the diagram, the first one is telocentric, where the centromere in the proximal end and having a rod-shaped chromosome. And the second you are having J-shaped chromosome, that is here the centromere is at the one end, forming a one long arm and one shorter arm of a chromosome. So third is a submetacentric, which is a L-shaped, having a two unequal arm, and the centromere occurs at the center. So last is a metacentric, which is a V-shaped and having a centromere at the center and having two equal arms. So this is about the chromosome morphology, their size, shape and a number. Thank you.